And welcome to today's AM Minnesota program, Fair Talk. John Dvorak is in studio, Kathy Cap is in studio, and we have Kelly Chadwick, the Rice County 4-H program coordinator, on the line. Boy, John, on the program with two ladies. We'll bring a little class to the show today.
Okay.
By the way, you look remarkably calm for the fair only a week away.
Oh, give me another couple hours. Things might change.
And Kathy Cap is here, and I'm willing to bet we are going to talk just a bit about the Fair Queen coronation coming up 1 week from tonight.
That's right. It's coming together. 6 candidates.
Oh, 6. Good.
Yeah, that's a nice number. So I'm really excited.
And let the record show Jerry has to put a coat and tie on again.
Okay. What are you going to do if it's 90 degrees out that day?
Put a coat and tie on. And let's also say good morning to Kelly Chadwick, the program coordinator for Rice County. Good morning, Kelly.
Hi.
There. It helps if I put one button on. Now you're there, right?
I'm here. Good morning.
Yeah. You can't have a county fair without 4-H, right?
Definitely not. We are here and excited to be here again.
And looks like we have kind of the normal number of 4-H members exhibiting at the county fair again this year.
Yeah. We're averaging right around where we've been the last few years, and same with projects. You know, some areas are up, some are down, but overall we're kind of balancing and averaging about the same.
We want to talk more about this after the market break, but I got an email, something about John's supposed to bring his old, almost worn out but not quite worn out shoes to the county fair.
Yes, we are having a shoe drive as a fundraiser for our exchange group, and we're taking shoes that are new or gently used.
Well, I'm not sure if John's are gently used or not.
Well, you can be the judge of that, but.
Well, we could talk more about that after the market break, but I have noticed this at some other county fairs, so this is something, it is a new one. I took inventory. I think I came up with at our house about 20 pairs of shoes laying around that probably won't be worn again, but have some life left in them.
Well, yes, I've got the place for you. So bring them to our extension office on the fairgrounds, and we'll put them in the box for you.
Although mine are always worn out because I work for John, so mine I wear right through the soles on the bottom. See?
Yeah, right. Okay. Whatever you want to believe there.
Hey, Kathy, we only have a minute left, but you mentioned 6 Fair Queen candidates for this year.
Yes, and I want it, being you're talking about 4-H, it's not a 4-H pageant, but there are 4 gals that are in 4-H, active in 4-H out of the 6.
4 of the 6.
Yeah, so that's very interesting.
But heavy emphasis, it's not a requirement.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. And they know a lot about what's going on at the fair, and it makes it exciting for them.
The 6 candidates.
Right, and you're going to escort last year's queen in, and then you get to escort somebody that KDHL's sponsoring also. So we're really going to.
So that means I have to be concentrating 2 times in a row, not to step on a 4-more trip.
Boy, that's going to be a challenge, isn't it?
we might have a lot of people there to see if I trip and fall. Or Well, we only have about 40 seconds left. Quickly, Kathy, before the market break, the names, and we'll talk more about them.
Courtney Albers is from Faribault. Michelle Horman is from Northfield. Miranda Potsky is from Faribault. Emily Reavers is from Faribault, and Tara Van Tomey, she's also from Faribault, and Lexi Wetzel from Faribault. So this year we have 5 from Faribault and 1 from Northfield.
Fair Talk with John Dvorak, the Executive Secretary of the Rice County Fair, Kathy Cap, who's a Fair Queen Coronation Coordinator, among a few other things, and also being joined by Kelly Chadwick, who's a Rice County 4-H Program Coordinator. Kelly, before the market break, we were talking about bring your shoes with some life left in them to the Rice County Fair. What a great idea. And how does that benefit the 4-H, Kelly?
Yeah, our exchange program, which is a group of youth and adults, volunteers, and parents.
Back your mic level down
they
a little
have
bit. It's way too
a
hot.
fundraiser
Just
going
up
on,
yours
so they
mainly
get
right
money
now.
for these shoes.
Yours,
And what that money
yeah,
does
just yours
is
only.
helps them to host and travel for this exchange program. It's a 2-year cycle, and so they just completed the last cycle, and they went out to California a couple weeks ago and stayed with host families and got to experience the environment and what 4-H is all about out in California. And so they'll be starting up their new cycle and hosting again this next summer. And so the money that they earn for these shoes will help provide the opportunities that they give to the county coming to stay with them. And so actually these shoes are going to be used again. They will be shipped overseas to those who are less fortunate and don't have the means to have proper footwear and get, sickness or disease or sores and whatnot on their feet. These shoes will help provide that protection so that they can keep their skin safe.
So then we can just bring them to the fair and maybe to the 4-H building then? That's where you're collecting them during the fair?
Yeah, bring them to the 4-H building. Not sure of the exact location yet, but there's a good chance the box will still remain right outside of our extension office window. So just ask us at the office and we'll point you in the right direction.
Kathy, do you have any old high heels or anything? Or don't we accept high heels, Kelly?
I do know that they don't accept flip-flops and they don't accept winter boots, but I don't recall seeing anything about high heels, so if you have some.
John, you can bring any high heels in too. Never mind, I'm just kidding.
Maybe I'll bring in my old platform shoes from
Yeah.
the 70s.
Oh, wow.
Hey, I had platform shoes.
You did, huh?
Yeah, but when Louise and I were dating, and she informed me when we were going to get married, if I had platform shoes on, she was going to turn around and go the other way. She wasn't going to come down the aisle. She thought I was tall enough.
Well, smart woman.
She did marry me. Any other special things that 4-Hers are planning for the Rice County Fair, Kelly, or is it pretty much just all the exhibits, the livestock, and in the 4-H building?
Yeah, we've got all those. We are carrying on. It's kind of become a tradition now. For the last 2 years, we've been doing our canned food drive. And so this year, we've got 4 out of our 7 clubs building canned sculptures. They will all be donated to local food shelves at the end of the fair throughout Rice County. And so as the public, as a community, you can also help by voting for your favorite sculpture. And you can vote with either more canned food or products that food shelves receive and give out to the community members. Or you can also vote with money, and that money goes directly to the food shelves as well when that food is taken. So those exhibits are going to be right in our main exhibit building, and you can vote by stopping at the extension office and letting them know which display is your favorite one.
I remember seeing those the last couple of years, and wasn't it Faribault Foods that donated a lot of cans to get some of the sculptures going?
Yes. We are very, very grateful for Faribault Foods as well as Upper Lakes Foods. They both give us a large chunk of donations. The majority of the cans do come from Faribault Foods, but like I said, Upper Lakes gives us some as well. So yes, really without them, I don't see this as being a successful project. But it's certainly a community-wide effort.
Well, that's one of the great things about having a county fair, is not only people that come to the fair to exhibit stuff, but we get organizations and different companies, and isn't it great that, Faribault Foods and Upper Lake Foods, they donate all these canned foods, so,
Yeah, and it isn't like it's empty cans. They are cans that have food in them that are going to be donated to the food shelf too, right, Kelly?
Correct. Yep, they're full. They're ready to be eaten by somebody who goes and visits the food shelf.
So what a great way just to kind of emphasize on, the fair is just not for having fun and entertaining, but it's also for, for giving out goodwill and being educational and, just being part of the community. And what a great way for the community to come together at the Rice County Fair and support programs like this. And I just want to take my hats off to Kelly, because Kelly does a wonderful job over at Rice County with the 4-H program. She's always on top of things. I know if I ever have a question or need something answered, I can go to her, and she's always got the answer. And I stopped over there yesterday and expecting to find her in her office, and where's she at? She's helping make pies for the food, what they sell at the fair. And so Kelly wears many hats, and she works really hard, and it really goes to show that, with the 4-H program, that there's a lot of work and effort put into it, and I thank Kelly for everything she does.
Well, it's certainly my pleasure. Thank you.
By the way, speaking of those pies again, do you need anybody to make sure they're up to standard for selling at the fair?
I was trying to do that yesterday and got thrown out of it.
You were a little bit early, John. On Tuesday, we have lots and lots of pie to eat. So if you are a pie lover, we've got peach, apple, blueberry, and cherry pies that we're going to be baking and serving daily.
Speaking of pies, Miss Kathy Cap, am I one of the official judges for the pie contest at the Rice County Fair?
Yes, you are, and that's on Saturday. So I'm sure you won't not come. So we have to let the public know though that we need pies that morning. That's 1 o'clock, and bring lots and lots of pies and fill Jerry up. Any kind of pie, and we have 2 other judges. Remember, our past queens will judge, our new one and our past one,
And let the record show, I only take a little piece of each pie, so I don't eat it all, John. I could see him looking at me.
yeah, and then the pies that are left, because they have to bring a whole pie, then people that are watching that are down at the fair get to come and have a piece of it, and you'd be surprised how many people. All of a sudden, when I say free pie, it's like a crowd of people.
See, I'm not the only one, John.
I know.
So yeah, we have a lot of wonderful
But
contests.
you know what else is neat? If you stand and watch, you got people then wanting to visit with the different contestants, you know, and say what were their secrets and how did you do that?
Right.
So that's what the fair is all about too.
Yeah, because we ask for the recipe, and so if somebody wants a recipe, we sure can give it. We've got chocolate contest on Wednesday. We got salsa contest on Wednesday. Senior school essay on Thursday. A euchre tournament on Thursday. Friday's Texas Hold'em. Hog calling contest. That's one you have to come and do, Jerry.
I was a dairy farmer.
Oh,
I was
okay.
pork
Hey,
producer.
everybody can call hogs. Beanbag toss on Saturday at noon, karaoke, talent show on Sundays, and bull riding. There's going to be some games for kids in between. I mean, contests are fun, and everybody likes to come and try it. And then we are having Ronald McDonald again this year, and he is so entertaining. He's on our Kids Day, and we'll have some prizes then. So tell your little ones to come down and enjoy the fair, and the adults come down and get into those contests.
I heard that John was getting a mechanical bull in, and he was going to challenge everyone to see if they could outlast John.
Is
No,
that
no,
true?
no, no. You got that wrong. You got that wrong. I was going to see if they could outlast Jerry, and I don't have the T's crossed and the I's dotted, but I am thinking about bringing one in, so that'll be a new attraction probably.
I was kind of half kidding. That would be kind of fun.
So you know, you inspired me when you said that you would take anybody on. So I went to work and found that.
That wouldn't be for me. Especially since it goes in a circle.
And you have a control so you can make it go real fast or slow.
Somebody else makes it go
Yeah.
fast or slow? Oh, no, that wouldn't be. See, touching back on the royalty, Courtney, her parents are, Courtney Albers are Lee and Jolene Albers of Faribault, and her sponsor is Kyle Flum from Flum Disposal. Michelle Horman's daughter of Christina and the late Brad Horman of Northfield, and her sponsor is Faribault Veterinary Clinic, and escort is Jesse Sandbuell. Miranda Potsky is the daughter of Kurt Potsky of Faribault, and her sponsor is Godfather's Pizza, and her escort will be Brad Price. I know Godfather's has a big stand down there, so we're getting those guys involved this year. And then Emily Reavers is the daughter of Gary and Gloria Dubon Reavers of Faribault, and her sponsor is Reliance Bank, and escort is Jesse Marshall. And then Tara Van Tomey, daughter of Wayne and Rosie Van Tomey of Faribault, and her sponsor is KDHL, and Jerry gets to escort her.
Did you warn her about?
Well, you know what's really interesting, when I told her, I said she was having trouble getting a sponsor, and I said, oh, KDHL's been so good to us, and I said Jerry would love to do it. She says, oh, I know him. I hear him on the radio. So she's 19, and she listens to you on the radio. And it's called
Did you hear that, John?
It's called a farm station sometimes, but Yeah, everybody knows Jerry. And then Lexi Wetzel is the daughter of Mike and Lisa Wetzel, and her sponsor is also Reliance Bank. They're stepping up twice, and Art Madsen. I've been on the
See,
phone.
he's doing double duty
Yeah.
then.
Well, actually, I asked him if he's going to do double, and he said no, he'd get this Jessie to help out. So, I mean, Reliance Bank is one of our main sponsors, and then they're also sponsoring some girls. So that's Tuesday night, 7 p.m., July 12th. We have about 50 plus returning royalty, many visiting royalties, special guests, and a big thank you to all our sponsors. So it's going to be a very, very busy night. Going back to this Reavers, her parents met at the fair. They were 4-H'ers, and he sat in the front row and cheered on her mother because her mother is a past royalty.
Oh,
So
isn't
it's
it?
interesting stories for.
I'll bet, Kelly, you probably, over the years, you've seen a number of 4-H'ers that maybe ended up having a serious relationship.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of fun to watch. They, yeah, lots of marriages come out of 4-H and eventually families, and starting to make me feel old. I'm seeing a lot more these days.
You feel old. I was on the extension committee, if I remember correctly, when you were hired.
Yeah, we're both getting old.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Kelly, we have to take a break, and I know you are visiting with us on your day off. You're also putting your other hat on today of a mom. You're at a son's baseball tournament.
Yep, we're just finishing up our last week of baseball camp, so I'm home with them this morning to get them there.
Well, we're going to have to take a break. Is anything else you'd like to mention? Maybe we'll let you get back to your day off.
No, you know, I think as long as we can just highly encourage everyone to come up to the Rice County Fair and look at all the great opportunities and experiences that are being provided, and cheer on those 4-H'ers. It's a huge, this is like their big showcase of the year. They've been working hard, and it's a great way for them to show off and showcase their talents, their skills, and the knowledge that they've been gaining over the years.
And fair visitors, don't be bashful. You see a 4-H with their project or their livestock, they love to talk about them.
They do, yes. Lots of knowledge out there. So get them to talk to you, and you're gonna learn a lot.
Thanks, Kelly. We'll see you at the fair.
Excellent. Thank you, guys. Enjoy your day.
Kelly Chadwick, the Rice County 4-H Program Coordinator. We are going to take a break, and then we'll continue with today's Fair Talk right here on KDHL. Welcome back to today's edition of Fair Talk. Just before the market break, Kathy Cap was talking about the Fair Queen Coronation. Wanted to mention that we will be streaming that live on Facebook, and we will also be streaming it live on our sister station, Power 96. If I'm not mistaken, we have a Twins game that evening, so that's why it will be moved over to Power 96. So listen to Power 96, and also go to Facebook, and we'll be streaming it. So Kathy has to be careful not to trip too, because everybody's going to hear and see it then, not just the folks that are there.
We have to take second seat to the Twins.
Don't talk to me. Talk to the PD, John Anderson. I'm just the low-level helper around here.
Oh, Power 96 will be fine. Yeah, no, I got a new dress as usual, and my husband had to pin up the hem for me so I can shorten it so I won't trip.
What time did that start again?
It starts at 7 o'clock,
7 o'clock.
and we'll introduce.
I need to be there about 5 to 7 then?
3.
Well, we'd like some pictures of you, but what we want to do is we're going to introduce, after we have the national anthem, our Hannah Thompson, first attendant from last year. She will sing that, and then we will introduce some of our special guests, the politicians that come around, the commissioners and that, and then we'll introduce our past royalty.
And of course, John, we always have to put a plug in for Tira Langevin, keeping everything updated on the Rice County Fair website. So, I mean, unless you have the flyer in front of you, you can't remember everything.
Yeah, and she's doing a great job. And in fact, just before I came here, she called and we're deciding, well, let's do this and let's do that, and we need to advertise this. And so she does a great job with that, and I couldn't ask for a better person to be in charge of that. And also just want to make a reminder out there, our passport for funds, there was a little miscommunication between Hy-Vee, and they were telling people that they were out of them, that they were sold out. They're not sold out. They still have them available. So the passports of fun tickets are at Hy-Vee. They have them for sale there, and they'll have them there all the rest of this week and up until the fair next week. So stop on by. It's $45. You can ride till you drop,
But you can't buy those once the fair starts after Tuesday, right? So you have to do that.
Yeah, we prefer to have it done, and we'll see where we're at with it, and possibly, you know, we might extend that into the first day or two of the fair, just to give more people a chance to take advantage of that ride special. So
That might not be a bad idea. People come to the fair. Oh, gee, wasn't able to
exactly.
get it, so be able to do it the first day or two of the fair. That.
Exactly, and you know, we'll have just a fun time with the grandstand event. You know, we'll start off Wednesday night with our battle of the bands. Hopefully, we can get enough bands to come up and make that an entertaining night, and they can vie for being able to play for the Blue Collar Festival in August for the city of Faribault. So you know, that'll be a lot of fun. We'll have our enduro races, bull riding on Friday night, our truck and tractor pull. That's always a great time. Jerry gets to work by unhooking all the tractors. I know he enjoys that. And
I
then
do.
on Sunday afternoon, you know, we did a time change, so I want everybody to make sure that they realize that the demolition derby's been moved up. Instead of starting at 6:30, we're going to start it at 4:30. The kids' power wheel demo derby will be at 4, and following that at 4:30 will be the start of the demolition derby. So, you know, there's just going to be a whole host of fun activities at the fair this year. You know, we've got free act entertainment. We got
White sidewalls.
White Sidewalls are coming back. Brad Boyce is coming back. Sherwin Linton's coming back. We got Ivan Jivan and the Kings of Swing that are coming on Wednesday night. So, you know, come on out and enjoy that free entertainment. And you can sit under the sunshade of the right outside of the exhibit building on the west side of it in front of the cylinder stage. We'll have entertainment throughout the day on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday and Saturday, so we're looking forward to that. So there should be somebody for young and old. And one of the new things we're going to do this year is for people that are having a hard time getting from their cars to the fair and then back to their cars, we are going to have a little shuttle service we're going to try doing this year. So we are going to have a golf cart that holds 6 people, and it's going to be slowly making the rounds from one parking lot to the other and driving through the fair to drop people off. So come on out and take advantage of that. If you're having a hard time walking, you know, we'll gladly assist you any way we can. So just trying to make it friendly and a lot of fun for everybody to attend.
That doesn't have to be terribly expensive either.
Exactly so.
If you're on a tight budget.
It's a free fair. You know, you pay for parking, but the rest of it, the entrance into the fair is free, and there's just going to be a whole lot of things to see.
We got to run. News is coming up. Thanks, John. Thanks, Kathy.
You're welcome.